What does it do? Hi, welcome to Machines to Futures. Let's start. Mm. 30. Ready. Okay, let's see. Market's is slow. I thought it was closed. All right.
Opening here in about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So definitely want to throw it back to John and Eddie here and see, how does that line up with what your predictions are today, John?
Pretty much exactly what I was talking about. I mean, what you're looking at there in that volume profile is just short time frame levels where we've kind of cornered liquidity. Just looking for levels based on short time frame levels because we don't have a lot of information. We don't have a lot of new data coming out. I think the equities over the last couple 3 weeks have done really a pretty good job of evening inventory for whatever the next bigger leg is going to be. But we're right in the middle of where those bigger legs are likely to accelerate away from the current area of balance. So I'm looking at short time frame levels. I think you're kind of focusing on, of course, shorter time frame levels. I mean, you're a momentum trader, and that's really what you're looking at mostly. But those levels where the liquidity is, I can certainly see. What you're looking at there, Rips, is basically the double distribution trend day that we put in yesterday. Here it is in the Nasdaq. So that up at a 20,130 to 150 level, that's the kind of area that I would look for the market to go see if there's any liquidity left up there. And then to the downside, back down to basically settlement around 19,999 would be the area of overnight liquidity that I could see the market going to. So basically, what you just talked about was what we just talked about in the opening call is when we open between those two levels after a double distribution trend day, the market has a tendency to go into repair and trade to the upper distribution and the lower distribution from yesterday's session and the overnight session. Totally agree with what you're saying. I think we got to be patient today. We got to wait for the market to give us opportunities at those levels.
Correct. Yeah. And we have plenty of time to get there. Here. Speaking of time, 30 seconds till the market opens here. So let's get prepared.
More visitors.
Oh, shoot. Sorry to crash the party, guys. Sorry to crash this party. What's happening, Rips? What's up, Hogue?
What's going on, Andre?
Hey,
we got about 15 seconds here until the market opens, so I'm going to be watching for what happens here, see if we get some interaction with these levels. I'm looking over at the Mag 7 right now. We are seeing them get a little bit of an early percocito to the north side here. We're seeing Google coming off the lows, Microsoft coming off the lows, Amazon maybe putting in a floor here, and we are off, folks. Good luck to everybody out there. Hopefully everybody has a prosperous and fruitful trading day today.
Get the keys to the house account here. So anything that we're thinking about doing, make sure you call it out, be ready, and let's talk about what and why and where.
I love it, John. I do have a level here that's at 82, so I do want to see whether or not these 82s are kind of holding. If we come back and we tuck below those 82s and we see some fat bids showing up, I am comfortable taking a long, targeting that 131 level.
131 upside. Okay. All right, welcome everybody to Topstep TV. This is Fast Markets. We got Rips in the house, Hogue in the house. Hogue, what are we seeing on this open? Oh, ding dong. Who else we got? Oh, I see who we got.
It's a party.
Morning, Coda.
My man.
We have a huge opening range in the Nasdaq.
Here we go. Talk to us, Hogue.
Yeah, opening range is 24 points. It is pretty big. Still in it. Oh, we just broke to the downside, so if we're kind of looking at leaving that area of liquidity that Rips was just talking about, I could see this market going all the way back down to settlement. We've got overnight longs, overnight inventory to the long side. We've left the opening range at the high of the session, right up against an afternoon pullback low from the past here that still got on my charts here. Sometimes they are interesting. We are in an anchored VWAP pinch though. The anchored VWAP pinch has us at 20,112.50, and the lower end of it is 20,032 and a quarter. Anywhere in between there, Brian Shannon says, you're better off being patient or waiting.
Not bad advice. Dakota, I see the bull in the background.
There he is.
Buying it. I see it. We're just buying it. Any dip here, Dakota, or is that we're gonna be flipping from bull to bear to bull today?
I'm looking at a consolidation day today. I'm not expecting too much, but we'll just see what the market gives us.
I did take a long
Anybody
there off
sees
of that
anything?
82 level. Like I discussed, I want to see that refreshed liquidity to the downside there. So I did take a long off that 82 level, looking to peel out here as we are crossing above these hundreds here. Peeling out a little bit of the position out 60% here.
Use your hotkeys for that rip. Deal 60%.
And I'm going to go flat there. So $563 trade there off the open off that 82 level that we're tracking. I'm not using hotkeys on that. I'm actually doing the mouse clicks.
Gotcha.
Point and click.
Old-fashioned mouse click.
Old-fashioned.
So if there's conversation going on, if anybody, feel free to break in. If you're looking at a trade, if you're thinking about taking a trade, just say, hey, I'm looking at this, I'm taking it, and we'll figure out if we're going to join it in the house.
Yes.
Shapeshifter Trades in chat says, Rips, are you serious? You mentioned the long after it pops up 20 handles, you or something else. If you go back, you can rewind the video. I said if it tucks under 82, I'm looking for that area as fat bids would show up. We got some fat bids and we took the long off of that level there.
Yep.
I feel like I talked it out start to finish before it even happened.
Yeah. Take that,
Yes, you did.
Shapeshifter.
Yes, you did.
Okay,
Is
just
it-
making sure.
Rips
Just making sure I'm not
sometimes
taking
happens
crazy pills
fast
this morning
and
like our
chat
friend
can be a little
Shapeshift
bit
Trader
slow.
over there.
Wow, people are feisty this morning. Hey, we got sellers back. Right back home to those 82s. Rips was talking about. Yep, just hit right back to those 82s. Nice exit there. Rips popping the upside selling. All right, now we're selling off here in the ES as well. 57.66 last trade. Looking at the tilt. Nothing really showing on tilt today. I do believe Rips said expect a range bound trade just like yesterday.
I mean, we're at the top
Rips
of the
is this-
range. We are at the top of the range, and so there is
Yeah,
something to be
we
said.
didn't get a clear an auction above that. So unfortunately, I'm no longer looking for longs. I'm completely flat here. We did have a rejection above that. So I want to wait for now the 15-minute range to completely play out. So I want to have this 15-minute bar close, which is going to be happening in about 10 minutes here. So let's wait for that.
Fair enough. I could see us getting back down to 19,960s.
960s, 19,960. All right.
That
Go to my top
that
seven.
would finish our repair day.
960.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, pinned to the top of the chat. I was just going to say, you've got your Top Step daily levels up. I have them mine up on my screen, little corner up here. And I make sure to keep referencing them throughout the day. So, we're talking about the last trade in the NASDAQ, 20,079. High of the day, 20,016. Pretty much Rips got out right damn near the highs there.
Correct. Yeah. I was looking for this to explode to the upside at those 130s, but they put on the brakes right at those hundreds. And so I have to respect what I'm seeing with that market generating information, especially being a momentum trader and scalper. When you start to hit a wall like that, you just take the points that you got on a trade like that.
Absolutely.
Not going back to the well on that one, are you?
Absolutely not. No, I'm now ready to wait for that 15-minute bar. Because the ideal trade here I have on my screen, the ideal trade would have been a breakout of that level and then trading up to the 130s right there. But instead, we hit the brakes on that thing, and I got a feather out of the position right there.
Smart.
Yeah, that was a beautiful trade. Beautiful trade.
Thanks. This is just an opening scalp trade. Obviously, I wanted more upside on that trade, but we just don't get it sometimes.
Got a little bit of a
We don't
buffer
get to choose
now.
that, do we?
We don't. We take what the market gives us, and we trade around
Cool.
that.
It'd be so cool if we were able to choose that.
Yes, it would.
Yes, correct, Jack.
Sometimes, though, that's why we do take those trades when we see that strength forming and firming up at 82s. We do sometimes get those big runs. We've had NQ open 200 points to the north side with no breaks. We've seen that happen many, many times. This might be the time now where we do that complete run to the north side of those 130s, but I'm not aboard of this rocket ship right now.
Do you see it getting up to about 141?
To me, this is too much of a choppy opening, and we're not seeing any kind of congruency in the equities right now. We're seeing a lot of green in the Mag 7, but we're not seeing follow through in these moves. It's a lot like what we saw that was indicative of yesterday's very choppy open, a very difficult environment to trade until we have a clean breakout of that huge range that we saw, that first 2 or 3 hour range yesterday.
Rips, what do you think about yesterday? NVIDIA couldn't even save the NASDAQ from looking to the downside.
It's really interesting, as well as we saw that downgrade from Oppenheimer over the over last night's session into Microsoft, and we saw sort of Microsoft pushing to the downside. That's the number 2 weight in the Nasdaq, and the Nasdaq was slightly unaffected by that, pushing to the north side in the overnight session. So we've seen a lot of these heavier equity plays not really having as tremendous as an effect, because we're seeing them do this in a singular fashion, meaning that Meta fading yesterday and Nvidia climbing to the top side sort of canceled each other out, you know? So until we have this nice clean move where we have all of the Mag 7 moving in tandem, I think it's not worthwhile to respect the individual names.
All right.
Wow, we're pushing. Rips caught the pop. We sold back off, and we went right back up in the Nasdaq.
Right back to it.
Yeah, we're seeing that lack of follow through that we saw in yesterday's session, which it does really end up catching a lot of retail traders offsides rather. You know, you'll have these big moves to the north side, and it looks like there's continuation there, and then we'll have a failure back down to 30 points, only to look like we're going to see a congruent flush to the downside, only for it to pop back up 40 points. And this is what I call the retail rinse machine, where if you're a retail trader, you usually can't withstand 20 to 30 points in a stop or more than that. And so you're just getting into a trade and getting popped right out of that trade.
You're buying highs and selling lows. Man,
I'm
was
short
I good
on
at
my
that
live
for a long time.
account. 20,099 3/4.
Go to short.
What's the risk on that, Dakota?
120. 120.
All
I'm looking
right.
for us to get back into these 80s.
All right, we're in with you.
Good luck to you, folks. If we see these hundreds really start to break down here without some strong bids intercepting this price action, we could see this trading all the way back down through these 80s.
920s.
What price did the house get?
120. 099.75. 099 in the orders.
Just like Mr. Dakota.
Yep, same price.
I was trying to get a little bit better price, but this market moves really fast.
Short 5,
Yes,
Hogue?
it does.
Short 5.
Short 5. Cool.
Looking for these 80s to get out.
Yeah, I do like this trade a lot. Very, very nice execution there, folks. Hogue
Awesome.
and
Yes.
Dakota both on the ticket this morning.
In the ES weaker of the two. That in the
Yeah, the
Nasdaq.
opening range is still the high of the day in the ES.
Yeah, so the next piece of news is going to be hitting us in about 20 minutes here. We are going to be getting the TIPP economic optimism read. Although this is not a big ticket item, this could still give us a little bit of momentum and a little bit of push to try to break out of this opening range here. Nice
Go
trade
ahead
there,
and
Dakota. Well done.
Close some of it. The majority of it. I'd close 3 or 4 of them, Hogue.
I just took 2 off.
Okay.
We're short 3 still.
Oh, great.
I'll take another one off.
Great.
Short 2.
We can see the
Beautiful
60
trading,
come
folks.
back into play.
It's kind of short from 99 in the orders.
We're moving the order that shall not be spoken yet here.
I'd close another 1 or 2 off at like 80.
All right. Eddie coming to you next for the calendar. See how this trade goes on.
Sure.
Dow is dumping.
You know, and this is sort of what I was talking about that makes this such a difficult trade. Dakota saw that beautiful short. Hogue took that great short in the house account. What makes this so difficult is that now we're seeing Nvidia rolling over, we're seeing Meta rolling over, but we're still seeing Amazon, Microsoft, and Apple all pushing to the north side here. So it does make for a difficult trading environment. So the right hand, not sort of talking to the left here. You're flat there, Dakota?
Yep, flat.
Yeah,
Beautiful trade.
I took 4 off. I have 1 left with 0 risk.
Beautiful.
Okay, cool. I think we could just leave that one.
Wow.
I love it. And keep in mind, so what I'm kind of watching for here is that the longer that we are rejecting underneath 131, we have a big range below 131 right now. And the longer that we're rejecting underneath that level, the stronger that shorts will gain momentum to a potential downside move here, barring that the news that's coming out in 19 minutes doesn't shift the market sentiment.
Oh, news.
You know,
Oh man,
I've been watching
we
crude here. We
two
got to keep
ticks
an
of
eye
that
on
stop
crude.
there.
Eddie's
getting
pointing
hammered,
out some crude here.
Who's getting hammered?
Crude's been heavy. Took a big dump here today. Buyers came in, tried to raise it up, but sellers are strong. We are knocking on the door here for some new lows here right now in crude. 74.56 last, 74.50 low.
Thank you. Hey, Eddie, while I got you here, can you take I haven't taken a peek at the calendar yet today. Hogue, some of the
You
tip
know,
optimism. We got anything? All right, we're flat. Thank you, Hogue.
Tips, yeah, tips. I've got it coming up in about 27 minutes. You said 17. We'll keep an eye open here and see when they do come out.
For some reason, I have that on my schedule 17 minutes out. So you might be right on that.
We both could be right. Maybe they'll do it twice for us.
Wow.
47 minutes, we got Atlanta Fed. 11 o'clock here, we've got the EIA short-term energy outlook. Bostic's going to be speaking 11:45. 12 o'clock, 3-year note. And a little later on in the day, Fed Council will be speaking. And our API weekly crude stock. Back to you, Andre.
Thank you, Eddie. Hogue, house account is flat. Can we get an update on the P&L, please?
1250, positive 1250.
Right, Dakota.
That's
Can we get an update on your P&L?
150.
About 2,600.
Nice. What's this Nikkei trade? I'm hearing about from slow markets.
What's this?
What's the
Yeah,
Nikkei
I
trade?
just had a good Nikkei trade overnight. In my live account, I had a few contracts short, and it worked out really well.
Very modest.
I was watching that.
Saw that.
Yeah, Ho. Yes, you were. You were there.
Yes, like Eddie said, taking a look at oil. Oil down big today. Last trade 74.60. Low today 74.50. Dow down as well. Trading about 40 points, 50 points off the lows. Last trade 42,210. Keep an eye on the NQ and the ES. ES showing a little bit of weakness. Nasdaq staying stronger of the two. Last trade in the ES 57.64. We've been looking at the same prices for the last couple of weeks now.
Yes, we
What
have.
kind of? We got earnings season coming up. I think that might get the markets rocking and rolling again. After F1
Yeah, we do.
right?
Speaking of earnings, Andre, we do have a few banks that are reporting as well as BlackRock at the tail end of this week. So that's going to kind of kick off the earnings season here for Q4. Yeah. Obviously Q3 earnings, but the Q4 earnings season is going to be kicking off here.
Wild. Yes. Typically the banks start off earnings season, roll into tech. Yes. The earnings will
Dow and the
market.
S&P's opening range is the dead ass high of the day. NASDAQ, not so much.
Not so much. So what do we do with that, Hogue?
Well, I mean, it's just kind of because it's traded both sides of the initial balance.
Sure.
The way the market is setting up, according to what Rips is talking about, and Dakota's been talking about, looking for a range bound day. I think the market is set up for repair from yesterday's double distribution trend day.
Okay.
We talked about that. I mean, the point of control in the upper distribution, 20,142, and then down to settlement for the other distribution in the lower in the lower distribution, right around 19,999.
Yep. All right. Yes, shop around the low end of the range.
I'm halfway tempted to take another short here in the NASDAQ.
We had a nice trade here and put up $1,200. I'd like to know how many traders faded us. Were you one of those that said, you know what, I'm going to fade them?
Doubters.
I tell you,
I love you, Eddie.
Hey, upper left-hand corner of the screen, see hashtag Fast Markets. You can use hashtag Fast Markets or hashtag Power Hour. Hit us up at Twitter give us a follow, please, at Topstep TV on Twitter, X, call it what you want. Give us a follow. Use the hashtag Power Hour.
Thoughts on a short, Rips?
Let's go, Dakota.
If we're breaking those 82s, we need to see confirmation below 65. It's still within this tight range right now because I feel like the market's waiting for the tips, but we'll see. I mean, if we get that clean break of 65 to the downside, maybe we can find a short there.
Right.
We are seeing Apple go below VWAP here. We're seeing Tesla kind of rolling off. We're seeing Nvidia rolling off as well. Microsoft is holding up. Google's rolling down a little bit here. So, see, as we're talking, it bounces all the way from 70 up to 90. These are the 20 handle bounces that I call the retail rinse that makes this very difficult to trade.
Retail rinse. It is what it's doing too.
Just when it, like, I mean, you were seeing that short, Dakota, just as I was there too. And it's the same thing where it's like, it looks like it's going to be a short, and then there's a 30-point bounce out of nowhere. And you're saying, what the heck just happened?
Yep. Stops you out and then right back.
Goes your way. You guys are killing it. You guys are being nimble. Hey, crude still seeing more sellers here. Last trade, $74.31, about 2 cents off the lows.
You know, this tilt in crude really isn't showing much.
Not right now, is it, Eddie?
Next stop to the downside in crude, 73.79, the 200 session moving average on the 30-minute chart. And there's a naked point of control all the way down at 73.18.
Right, looking for the $73 handle. $73.79, then to $73.18. Dow still staying heavy here.
Yeah, just when it looked like Nvidia was going to start rolling over from that VWAP and the 50 EMA, it bounced right back up and it went basically about 50 cents higher. We're in a very tight range right now, folks. It's just one of those days where the market's going to be waiting for more information, which is going to be coming in the form of the tips, coming in the form of some Fed speak. But really, the market is probably going to be waiting until the tail end of this week. Like I said at the top of the call, we have the FOMC meeting minutes coming out tomorrow. We're going to find out why Michelle Bowman was a dissenter, why she chose 25 basis points instead of 50. There'll be a lot of market information generated later in the week here, PPI, CPI. So let's wait for that.
I think we could get back into these 70s.
Cody, you finally switched to the bear. You finally switched over to the bear. You're looking for a short. You had the bull up. I'm like, what? Hold on.
He switched the background.
He did. He did. It's awesome.
It doesn't make sense for me to look for shorts right now with a bull background.
No, it doesn't.
It's bad juju.
Very ferocious looking bear behind you, Dakota. Record scratch. Hey, we got 71% long gold right now, average price. And the gold, 26.59, pretty much where we're at right now. We're looking at the same prices in gold lately. Hoag's price of 26.50.
Okay, I'm short. I'm short from 89.
Yeah, if we break super hard here, this could be the one that brings us down, at least for a nice little scalpacito to the downside.
All right, we joined you with a 3-lot.
89s.
Where's the risk, Dakota?
120. But I'm okay if we close this out early as well, if we don't like the price action.
How's it coming short from 89, Hoag?
89.5.
Yeah, that 85 area is sort of the point of control of the session here. So until we get confident auction price below that, it really is difficult for me to see that. We're not going to stop rinsing until then. We rinsed yesterday for 2 hours off the open before we actually had a real move in the market? 3 hours?
3 hours, yep.
The old retail rinse, it'll get you.
Yeah.
Coach Paul is a little short here.
Okay.
Sold the ES against the high, 57.74.50. His target's 57.45. It's Coach Paul.
Yes, seeing some sellers now. Will it break through to the downside, the lower end of this range in the ES? 57.65 last trade, the ES. Hey, Rips, do you ever take trades besides anything outside of NQ? Or are you strictly just NQ?
Yeah, you know, that's a good question. I do trade ES from time to time, but I do love the instant gratification of trading the NQ, especially being a momentum trader. It does move rapidly. It does give forgiveness. If you miss a trade, there's usually a follow-up trade right around the bend.
Okay,
unless
flat,
it's this opening range.
I'm flat. Close it out early. There's
Flat.
no sense holding it to the stop loss.
Okay. Early out.
You got out a little better than we did, but that's all right.
All right, P&L updates,
Flat up
fellas.
136.
Yep.
36.
2200.
Okay.
Well, here and there, daily levels, Music Man says, if we go up, I'd like to say we'll be looking for the naked point of control above the ES at 5778, NASDAQ 2141. If we go down, we got the ES at 5755 and NASDAQ at 20027. Can you imagine?
Could use that there.
He's looking for repair, is what he's looking for.
And it's looking like we're getting some stops being popped up in near these 115s. Do want to see this trading all the way up to the 130s to make sense here. You can see on the chart that's on your screen right now, this is my 1 minute bar chart for the NQ here. And if you can't see the retail rinse here, might want to open your eyes a little bit. This is exactly what gets people caught offside. So just be careful out there. Don't be a victim of the retail rinse. Instead, wait for the price to come to you first.
I think we just get rinsed a little bit there.
It's all right. I like the early cut.
Happens.
Hey, nice early cut though.
Yep.
Yeah, I would have.
Absolutely.
How high do they want to push this? Does the NQ want to get to our beloved 20,200 level? 20,200. Last trade 20,114. This feels like yesterday a little bit. How'd you trade? Yes, we're pushing higher here, Rips.
Yep, here's that 130 level. So we are breaking out into that range. Let's see what happens up here at the 130s. This could be a nice area to short the market back down to balance. I'm not seeing a big run except for Apple and Microsoft are pushing here. Amazon's pushing. NVIDIA's kind of holding at the VWAP here. So if we did see a rejection of this push in both Apple and Microsoft, we could see the market returning back to balance. So far, we have reclaimed the sell-off from that Oppenheimer downgrade in Microsoft. So that is an interesting area that we're trading right now. We're back to the after hours high.
Like Rips was saying, ES lagging big time. ES lagging big time behind NQ right now.
All right.
Yep, we are pushing higher here, blowing up these
Nice
stops
cut
here at
there.
those 130 level. Apple is pushing hard, and Microsoft still wrestling at yesterday's overnight high, their after hours high. Amazon is
P&L
pushing,
update,
trying to
Richard.
reclaim its yesterday's sell-off.
Shooting for point of
2200
control from
Andre.
yesterday's upper distribution. 141.
Yep, we are rejecting back down through these 130s here. Let's see if there's any bids that want to hold this. It's a nice push through those 130s. So let's see if we come back up to these 130s and reject. If that's the case, I might be looking at a short here.
Well, over the wire here, JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon, talking about the soft landing. He says he hope it happens, but not assured. Also talking about the Fed had the right to take the foot off the gas with the 50 basis point cut. And he also says that the deficit are inflationary and need to be dealt with. JP Morgan's Jamie Dimon.
Jamie.
Thanks, Eddie. Here's the 141s.
Yeah, we
Point
are
of control
kind
from
of
yesterday.
pushing pretty hard here now. So
Here we are.
unless we get back below those 130s and reject hard off of those 130s, still not going to take a trade until we see what the market is exactly what I'm looking for, which is a tuck below 130s, a reject showing 130s as a ceiling, and then us trading below that for a short. But right now, we're just not seeing that. Instead, we're seeing market strength here.
Nothing showing on the tilt right now. Keep an eye on the oil. Crude.
You know what's echoing through my head, Andre? Didn't Peter Tuchman say, like, let's see a rally tomorrow?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my rally sweater.
I saw that, Hogue. Is that because it's chilly or is that because you are bullish today? Or both?
No, it's chilly.
It's chilly. Well, we are
Let's see
rallying,
if we can get
Dakota.
a breakout of these 150s here. Right now, the
Order
140s are
submitted.
tempting to hold. Let's see if we can get a breakout of these 150s, which would slam us right up to 175. There might be a good stop run heading up into this area. So let's see if we can get continuation up through this. We are about 4 minutes from that news being released. So that's what we're going to be watching out for here. Seeing if 140s are now acting as a ceiling. There's some liquidity being exchanged here.
Order
Right
submitted.
now, stops are being popped. I think this is a good area for a long for a breakout of 150s now.
Taking along.
So if we see this breakout, there we go. Breakout of 150s there. Beautiful, beautiful push.
Well,
I
you got to
do
be
like
fast
this.
with rips.
So fast.
See if we can get this holding through this 150. Get this to trade out quite nicely here. Watching here again. Looking to add if this holds above 150. If not, we'll just get stopped out here. There was a nice little stop run into that 155 area that I did like. So I want to see if we actually have continuation into that area.
A Lost Trader mentioning that NVIDIA's AI Summit starting at just top of the hour here. They've had that from the 7th to, well, they'll have it again tomorrow. So we'll see what we can pull off the wire from NVIDIA.
Okay, looking for this to hold these 150s now. We're just kind of trading right around 150s. We're holding slightly underneath.
Where are you long?
Average price is 147 here.
147. Okay. Right here.
Yep, right here now looking at that breakout of 150s.
Everybody get out and push.
Everyone, come on. Push one time for Rips. Rips was bullish coming in. A nice trade off to push the upside here.
All right, covering 33% at 55 here.
How many did you put on?
We had 7 contracts on. Now down to 2. Took out more at 57 and gonna go flat right there. So up 2,500 on the day.
Ooh.
He's on fire.
Just didn't like how it stalled out there, Rips.
57, there was a quick little stop being intercepted that turned into an iceberg. So getting out at 57 seemed pretty prescient.
Smart.
And I'm in short from 45 and a half.
Oh,
Just
baby.
Just entered.
Oh man, I like it. I like it. I like it. I'm gonna do it. 43 quarter. We're short 3.
43 quarter, short 3. Right. Trade number 3 for the house account. Ready.
We
What's
still
your-
are not
what's
showing
your-
enough sell side right now. I'm looking at the bid absorption here, and we're just not seeing passionate sellers coming across the tape here. So for
Okay.
me, I'm still not comfortable taking this short personally.
Okay.
Fair
Bull and
enough.
bear
What's
show.
your price level?
45 and a half.
I'm flat. Oh, sorry.
You closed out for profit, right? Rips?
Oh yeah. We're up $2,500.
Yeah, that was a nice trade. Where's the order that shall not be named?
I have mine at around 160s, 163,
That's right,
164.
right.
I'm going to close it out manually.
That's right. Just saw it.
Yeah, there's a stop run potential all the way up to 168 from here. I'm still not seeing sellers in control.
All right.
There's that run right through 68.
Ooh,
there.
that
There it is. So this initial late spike base in the Nasdaq at 20,182 is what put in the high yesterday. Is there something you're seeing at that level, Rips?
Yeah, it's a pass level. I'm seeing here if we can actually grab this liquidity all the way up to 200 evens. I'm waiting for this little bit of market information here. I'm trying to see if there's an opportunity or not. I'd love to see a pull back to 168 and find some firm bids there, but I don't know if we're going to get that opportunity.
Great call on not entering that short, Rips.
And we still are pushing up
Order
here.
submitted.
I think there's definitely more opportunity to the upside through these 189 area. If we start pushing through that 189, we should trade 200s pretty quickly here.
That'd be interesting if we get to 260.
Watching here, seeing if 90s are going to hold.
Yesterday's high right there.
Yes, pushing higher as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think that we can see a nice clean run up to 200 here.
Yep. 20,190 last trade. High of the day, 194 in the Nasdaq, making new highs in the ES, 57.82.
So
Yeah, some overhead supply coming up from 92 to 202, but I think we run that right here and now and stopped out there in the profit
There it
of
is, nice stop.
$3,700.
Oh. Done.
So we took that all the way up to 198 was our out.
Nice. That's hands off for me.
Here's the 200.
We are pushing. I can see 260s coming.
Right, pushing
we
higher.
just look for a pullback.
You know, I'm seeing the Mag 7 just lighting up here. It might be difficult to find a pullback. The next retracement might be pretty deep, so we could be patient and waiting for that.
You know, Rips, you had a good call on the 200s. What made you? What did you see that said, you know what, we can run here to 200s, and we did.
That's a good question. So when we are looking for sellers to emerge on a tape like that, we're looking for any type of pullback. I'm giving them a chance to pull back and show us that they're actually selling into that bid. So somebody who's crossing the bid or selling lower than the bid, that's called a marketable limit order, where you're actually putting out an order that's larger than what's on the bid. You can see that in the time and sales. We didn't see any of that. And then we see an offer stack that is going from 92 all the way up to 20,002. When we see a 10 handle range like that, and it's cleanly stacked, that is usually a larger algorithmic player that is trying to get out in that range. And more than likely, you're going to have people who are short that tape trying to get out, seeing that liquidity, and they'll go and grab it.
Yes, sir. Keep an eye on crude here. Crude a little heavy here. Sellers knocking on the door for a new low.
Still selling off.
Well, lower low.
Yeah.
Whole XO 73.80, 73.70 level in the crude hog. 73.
Yeah, the 100 session moving average is down at 73.81, and then there's a naked point of control down at 73.18. I don't see that stopping anytime soon without some sort of news.
Cool. Nothing showing a tilt just yet. No, we got some movement. Got some more volatility than yesterday. So if we, at least there's that. Pushed into these 200s in the NQ 20,194 last trade. Again, high of the day 202. Yes, staying strong. About a point beneath the high of the day last trade, 57.82.
Yeah, once it took out the opening range high, there were no shorts in there.
Got him.
So what we look for now that we've come to that first sort of pause since we had that run above 168, what we look for now is, what is the tape trying to tell us? If we are seeing sellers on the tape, they are going to emerge. But if we do see sellers, are they being absorbed into the bid? Where are people in trouble? Because the idea is that you want to be looking for, how are people going to get their book back to neutral? Is there shorts that are overweight right now? Are there longs that are overweight? And if there are longs overweight, you're going to see a lot of people exiting this trade in a jiffy, and we're not going to see a lot of bid support. We're going to see sweeping down in 10 handle ranges. But if we are seeing shorts that are still trapped, we're going to see thinner offers to the top side, and that's going to run in the opposite direction. You're going to see 10 handle pops. Right now, we are seeing sellers in control. It looks like the longs did their business. So now we're going to pile on and see potential shorts on the tape. How do we find that? Thicker offers to the top side. So that's what I'm watching for here. I'm flat. I'm in no trade currently.
And you're seeing that on Bookmap, right?
Yeah, you can see that in Bookmap, time and sales, level 2, market depth, whatever your pick of poison is there.
Crude sellers once again here. And Rips, did you get that tip? Did the tip come out for you yet?
You know, I was in the middle of a trade when that first came out. Let's see here if I have that data. You know, they didn't print it for me, so nothing on my end. You might be right about your time that you're getting it. Should be coming out soon.
I'm watching.
Looking at that 182 for a pullback. That was the
I'm looking for this market to get to 250s, 260s.
250.
I do like what we saw. I do like what we saw in that exchange just below 80s there. It wasn't big enough for me to take another trade. Obviously, my trade selection becomes much more choosy now since we're up $3,700 on the day. What I look for in this is clear, concise market information. When we pulled back to those 180s, we did see 2 bid stacks showing up that were quite strong. But as you can see, we're trading right back down to it right now. That's not enough strength that I was looking for to take a long off that level. And now here we are trading back to that same 180 level. So again, using market information to guide your trades, being selective in your trading process, that's how you're going to be able to do, have a good view on the market. You're not taking every trade that comes across your plate. You're being very selective in your trading.
New crude, bottom out. I did see the $73 handle, but damn, Hogue. Low today, 73.85.
Yeah.
Man, crude
Close
stuff,
enough.
man.
You call that
I would say so. I would say so.
Right?
A couple pennies.
Right.
Push lower here. And it looked like the MQ was going to make a run to the downside. We're about 20 points off the highs they just put in.
Yeah. I'm just kind of watching this 181 level is kind of pivotal. 182. There's the
We
initial
are seeing
late
a clean
capped off price yesterday.
We are seeing a clean rejection here off of Microsoft's aftermarket after hours high here. We're seeing Apple pulling back alongside Nvidia and Amazon. The only one that's still kind of holding its perk right now is Tesla, a little bit from Meta, but nothing really, really strong in the equities right now. That was a beautiful stop run to the top side, especially at that level of 160 through 168. We saw a very clean stop run through that. And then obviously a lot of shorts coming in above that finally slowed the price action when we crested over 200.
That was yesterday's high where all those stops were.
Our good friend Mohammed is in chat talking about cherry.
Hey.
So ripped. But he agrees with you.
Well, we got some volatility here, but nothing compared to China. Morning, Andre.
What's going on? What's up, Jack?
There's a connection there. I was talking earlier, and I thought you were just ignoring me. I was like,
no, never, Jack. Never.
Little. Okay, cool.
Never, Jack.
We'll be back
Dude,
in
but you're
1 minute.
loud and clear, Jack. Loud and clear.
All right.
Back in 1 minute.
Well, cut in if you see any trades developing, but just wanted to go over what's going on in China, where the Hang Seng, so that's the Hong Kong index, was down close to 10% last night. Right now, emerging market stocks are at their lowest level versus the U.S. equities in more than 55 years. That is despite quick turnaround. But you talk about volatility. The Shanghai index yesterday was up 4.5%, and the Hong Kong index was down 9%. So, yikes.
Uh-oh.
If you're looking for some hardcore stuff, you can go there. Some other things from around. I found this interesting if we're looking at all this AI stuff. Data centers use 26% of Virginia's total power consumption. Apollo noting this. You can see by state there. You'll have to check out the article. It may be hard to read some of those, but that's by far the highest. For instance, in Illinois, it's only 5%, 11% in Oregon. That's probably a lot of federal government stuff. They got some nuclear power there, but maybe a sign. Maybe everything will go towards data centers at one point. As you know, I am a data center guy, Andre.
I was just gonna say, remember when you were a data center expert?
Exactly. And lastly, Gen Z update, also from Danielle, of course, the New York Post. A shocking number of Gen Zers, millennials, have been dumped over their zodiac sign.
Oh, no.
Here's when to quit or submit. And for the record, this is people reporting about 13% of Gen Zers that they were dumped because of their obsession with astrology.
Yeah.
So I think that's the problem. I don't think I would date someone, mostly because I'm married, but also if they were really into astrology.
Jack. Yeah, how about it? Thank you, Jack. Sellers coming in here. And the ES last trade 57.75 doesn't want to push lower. Woke. According to Rockstar in the chat.
We got down to those 70s for a moment and right back up
Yeah.
into the 90s. I want to see us break and hold above 200. I want to see 250s, 260s, that zone from October 6th come into play.
Hey, we almost got 6,000 people watching on Fast Markets right now on Topstep TV. Markets are moving. Click like, click subscribe. Let's get to 123,000 subscribers by today.
123,000.
Riffs. Man, they're showing this map of Hurricane Milton here. This Hurricane Milton means business. Looking at this map, man, this thing's gonna be a doozy. Coming straight for Tampa. Anyways, we'll have a little bit more on that later in the show. 50-50 on the board across on the tilt.
I'm here with you if you see something.
All right.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm really looking
I was
for a
really happy
breakout
today
above
that we had the
200.
price action give us a move a lot earlier than we got yesterday. So that was definitely nice to see that. And it wasn't even driven by news. It was just driven by the market popping stops. So it was really, really nice to be able to see that this morning.
There we go. 123,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Too kind. Too kind. All right, everyone's
Rips,
flat right now.
Sorry, Dre. Rips, do you see popping stops as taking buying power away from the marketplace?
Yeah, I mean, you generally see these draws of liquidity because you want to have the smart money be the counterparty to those trades. So in the essence of seeing some stops getting popped to the north side there, the smart money essentially is looking to be the counterparty to that trade. So selling short to those stops that are buying into that.
Mm-hmm.
But right now we're just holding. We see a lot of defense right now under 80s in the form of bids. Not tremendously large bid stacks, but we're kind of running into the same price kerfuffleation that we saw off the open here, which is just range bound, waiting for its next move. And it can go either way. Frankly, I'm not really seeing anything that could guide the price either way right now. So I'm happy to be sitting on my hands.
In the pit, we were always pumping the brokers for information about where the stops were.
Right, of course. And now, ever since the CME made that change that you can actually see where real stop orders are actually hitting the tape, it gives us that information that we no longer have to guess for.
You can see where the stops
I want to see this as a bullish flag
Order
and a break
filled.
above 200 into the 250s.
All right.
Target filled.
They're giving you a look at the book. The locals used to say, you know, one look at the deck is worth 5 edges.
That's awesome.
Yes, trying to take a peek lower here. NQ just staying strong.
And Hogue, you got to hold the deck, right?
Yeah.
What was that?
Yep. Yeah, I had that information in my hot little hand.
All right, ES getting heavier. We'll break the NASDAQ with it. That was definitely trying to do its part.
The S&Ps, they've tested to the upper distribution. And if we can't get through that upper distribution, then I can see it rotating a lot lower if we can't hold up here. That's just in the S&Ps. The information's a little bit different in the NASDAQ. We haven't taken out yesterday's high in the S&Ps.
A question in here from Isaac Rivera. What's up, buddy? From Big Tick Energy. He was asking when the change in the tape happened. I'm guessing you're asking when the CME group introduced the, what is it? The market, it's MBO, market buy order, I believe it's called. That was in 2019, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure that you know better, John. I believe it was December of 2019 that they started introducing market by order, MBO, where you could actually see if it's an iceberg, if it's a stop, and et cetera. So usually you wouldn't be able to see that in the order book, but that's they wanted to introduce more transparency for traders. So that's what came
Order
about.
submitted.
Where do we see that?
2019, 2016, something like that. You have to pay for it. You have to pay for the data package from the CME.
Of course you do.
I want to start paying for that. That's good to know. We're out here just volunteering our stops. We're out here volunteering our stops for free. I mean,
I can't remember. It's 2016 or 2019. I'm probably off on that. I can't remember
19.
which it is. 19.
Right. It was 19.
Yeah. But for a lot of folks, you know, it's just more noise. Everybody's always looking for that magic indicator out there that's going to take their trading to the next level. But it's the secret to become a better trader is to spend more time in the marketplace, spend more time, have your noggin pick up all these different patterns that are emerging, and do a lot of studying. Spend a lot of time in the market. And I'll tell you this, if you're a couple years into this and you're not enjoying this, get out now. Get out while you can, and don't do something you don't enjoy doing, because you know, I've been doing this for a decade. Dakota's been doing this for longer. John's been doing this for 3 decades or more, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, it's a very long journey. And if you're not enjoying this, you know, I enjoy this very much. I love waking up every single morning and seeing the news story that the market's about to tell us. It's a beautiful thing.
It's wild.
I love it.
I funded my first account in 1989.
Man.
Oh,
I know the
That's
feeling.
awesome.
Dakota, were you around in 1989?
No, I was not. I was not, Andre.
You're not. It's all right. You're here with us right here, right now on Topstep TV. Click like, click subscribe.
I want to see
Welcome,
us get
viewers.
maybe to the 60s, lower 60s.
Okay, let's do it.
To buy a pullback. We've been bouncing off those 68s back into the 80s. We break above 84, 85. We could see the 90s again.
Yeah, we were bouncing right at the 168 level. I still don't like trades from the level, though. We have not had anything that indicates that that's going to be a bottom. We've been pushing through these bottoms. We had 80s as a bottom first, and now we're just bouncing off of that 168 level. So I still don't trust this market. I'm happy to be sitting on my hands here. I think we all did wonderfully well in reading the market this morning, and you know, we just take it day by day, step by step here. There's no reason to just jump into a trade because it's doing one single thing.
Lots of time. We got
Being patient. Yep. That's the hardest part of trading.
3 year. We got Collins still to speak. Hey, Rips, while I got you here, Mr. Raphael Bostic, can you give us a quick scouting report on Bostic, who's set to speak in about 2.5 hours? What should we know about
you know,
Mr. Bostic?
he is a voting member of the Fed. He did vote for 50 basis points in the drop, the latest drop in the FOMC meeting. They did rescind the interest rate by 50 basis points. He was one of the people who voted for that. He is going to be talking today for a luncheon. I don't know if there's going to be any media Q&A or audience Q&A or any Q&A at all. But that's one of those things where I really doubt that we're going to see a lot of market moving information. However, he is speaking tomorrow, where he's talking before an Atlanta Home Builders Association monthly meeting, where I think that he can be touching on the housing starts data that recently came out. That will be much more important. And I do believe that he is scheduled again, if I'm not mistaken. No, that's going to be the last time he speaks this week. But I would say today's speech is likely going to be a nothing burger, and tomorrow's speech early at 7 o'clock Central is probably going to be more important. But he's generally pretty middle of the road. He's wavered between being hawkish and dovish, obviously, given that he did a 50 basis point cut versus voting for a 25 basis point cut in the last meeting. You could say that he's tilting a little bit more dovish lately, but he is, as everyone else in the Fed right now, harping on being data dependent.
Here we go. I want to see a push into these 60s.
Dakota says 60s, damn it. Get in the 60s for Dakota one time.
Yeah, we keep buying it up right at 68. I want to see lower 60s.
It's like just rejected. Come on.
If we do break below 68, there is liquidity to be had at 145 or so, but we're not seeing equities roll just yet. Apple's kind of bouncing at the VWAP here. We have Microsoft bouncing at the 7 EMA, NVIDIA also bouncing at the 7, Amazon not pushing through the VWAP. So I don't know if we're going to get that flushacito.
Crude hit that 81 level to the tick.
And there we go, bouncing off that 168 level again in the Nazi fresh there.
It was a quick slide to that 81, Johnny.
Yeah.
Hit it real
68.
quick.
Blink of an eye.
It was
Who's
slick.
the leader? Who's the lagger, guys?
Oh,
NASDAQ.
Naz
Leader?
leading.
A really
NASDAQ's
good question
already
here
on.
in chat. from Timothy Loomis says, Rips, would you feel different pressure, trading psychology, to get into a trade right now if you didn't already make money earlier? The answer is no, because the market is not giving me the same information that it was off the open. I'm trying to get the easiest trades possible from the market. And if the market is not setting up in the way that I see fit, like right now we're flushing through 168s. This is Dakota's trade. If we're not getting the exact market information I'm looking for, I can just sit and wait and try to be patient for it. And a day like yesterday, because the 3-hour range was locked, I didn't take very many trades yesterday. I think I took 2 trades in total yesterday and walked away from the market. Yes, did I miss the bigger move? But, you know, the market wasn't giving me information when I was present in front of my terminal.
Rips, why would you try and make trading any easier?
I know, right?
Seriously. All right, Dakota, we're trying. We're in the 60s now. Last trade 20,158 now in the 50s.
Okay, I'm looking for an area to buy right here.
Yeah, I'd really be interested to see whether or not this rests down at that 45 to 50 level. If we get back down to that level, I'm assuming that we'll see some bids showing up. We do have a strong bid showing up at 45, a little bit of a bid stack, but right now the market is coming down. Apple's testing the VWAP to the downside. But again, I don't like this either way. I don't like a long here. I don't like a short here.
Rips, how often when you see a bid stack or an offer stack like that, does it remain? I mean, do those kind of flash and kind of go away as price approaches them or anything like that?
Yes, you see that very often. There's liquidity bands in the market that are there to, they're basically safeguards, right? These people are their job is to make a market and protect against a fast moving market. They're there to provide liquidity. They are called liquidity providers. Often when you see the price coming down towards those levels and the price isn't rapidly moving to those levels, you'll see those bid stacks dissipate. And that is because that their job is just to provide liquidity and potentially a flash crash. And since it's not flash crashing, they don't need to provide that liquidity anymore. One of the benefits of using Bookmap is I can see those bid and offer stacks pushing and pulling into the market's liquidity. And I can see the ones that have been there for some time and that stay and remain in place when the price does come down and interact with those certain levels.
And who are these people? I mean,
liquidity providers.
They're there just to scoop up liquidity and get run over if things really go wild?
Correct. That's their function of the market, is to provide liquidity and keep the market free and functioning.
Gosh dang it. I was too chicken to buy at
50s.
Buy. We'll see if he'll give us another opportunity. We came down and we tested where this was resistant. 157, 158 was resistance, and it came down, touched it for just a brief moment, and we bounced 20 points off of it.
5 minutes remaining. Uh-oh. The number coming up. Atlanta Fed GDP coming up here. Oh, they're looking at 2.5% prior.
Order submitted.
Might be a fart in a tornado, but we'll find out.
A rip in a hurricane.
Felt like I wanted to go there, Dakota. I can see why you backed off that trade. It would have been short.
Yeah, now
though.
it's. I mean, that was the trade. Now I wait.
And you know, this echoes back to what we were talking about on the morning trade. We saw that bounce from 55 all the way up to 80 there. That's a 25 handle bounce directly in the face. That goes back to the idea that we're back into that retail rinse mode where most retail traders cannot handle a greater than a 15-point stop.
Just a few minutes here from establishing the initial balance.
Indeed. Let's take a peek at the Topstep daily levels here. Let's trade in NQ 20,166. That puts us into zone 2.
Okay, I'm long 171. 171. Looking for push back and a run into 200s.
Looking for that same 60 kind of support level down there?
Yeah. I'm looking at this as maybe a double bottom. We made a higher low right there.
Yeah, that got away from us here.
Just falling out of place here right now. New low here.
Next stop 73, 18.
18s.
Yeah.
Getting there quick,
Let's see if
Johnny.
we can get above these 84s.
bongo.
These 84s are going to be key.
What price you get,
We're
Dakota?
moving here, Fred.
What's
He
the
got
71.
71s.
Thank you.
Yep, 71 and a
Wow.
quarter.
Beautiful, beautiful trade. We did see the point of control now moving to these 85s here. There's definitely some traffic at this area. This is a smart area for a lot of traders to take off longs or add into shorts.
Hit those 18s, Hogue.
And there's the 18s. Yep.
There we go.
Visual target.
85s. I want to see us hold above 85.
Man, you got to be quick with these with this Nasdaq.
Oh boy, yeah.
Gold selling off, making new lows as well. Last trade, gold 26.46. Gold and oil falling.
Still like 50-50 across the board, too.
It is, Eddie.
Yeah.
This is just sellers imposing their will.
26.46.20 is last week's low, right where it's at.
Now chopping around. Needing the NQ to get a push above 84s. Can push above 84s to test those 200s again in the NASDAQ and high of the day. 20,202 half in the NQ. We're about 15, 20 points off of those. You know, the old college try, as MP would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're struggling to hold above 85.
Yeah, that 85 level is definitely a good area for shorter term traders to take off their longs or to button up some shorts here. We do see some liquidity being offered
Order
90
submitted.
and up. Some stronger offers straight up at 90. We'll have to see whether or not the price is going to interact with those levels and start sweeping out the liquidity. You have to remember that liquidity serves two purposes, not only for shorts, but also for buried shorts to get out of a trade and buy into that level, because you know it's a guarantee that the liquidity is there.
One time for Dakota. On the hour coming up, Hogue, we get that. What do we, 1 hour into the trade, Hogue, what does that establish for those that are just starting yesterday?
It establishes the initial balance. It's a market profile term. Really just kind of sets the extremes of the early session so that you kind of, I mean, it was really kind of for the locals to see where two-sided trade may continue to occur. Watching the extremes of that for changes or failures can be really, really beneficial. You know, we talk about often we failed upside auctions, failed downside auctions, or you know, auctions that are continuing outside the initial balance. Let me take a look at the size here, because when it comes to initial balance, size matters. Yeah, this is a big initial balance, so it's going to take a lot more energy to extend outside of it.
So play the extremes then, Hogue? Generally be the rule of
Yeah,
thumb?
I
or
mean
this
that's typically what I'll do is if I'm not active early in the session, I'll just wait for the initial balance to establish itself, and then watch for information, market generated information on those extremes. You know, if we take out the high of the initial balance and we fail to continue that auction higher, we come back inside the initial balance. That can be a failed upside auction and give you information and opportunities for a potential, entrance. You know, if it breaks out of the initial balance and never comes back inside of it, that's a long, especially, you know, if the initial balance breaks to the upside and never comes back inside the initial balance, you know, that can be a market generated information that the market is a lot stronger than you think it is. But again, with this, I think it's a pretty big initial balance here in the NASDAQ. So it's going to be, let me just do a little research here. Give me a couple of minutes.
All right.
There's a break into the
While you're doing
90s.
that, tips did come out here.
Finally.
Came out here at
Wow.
9:30. Yeah,
Where the hell's it been?
46.9. They were looking at a 47.2, and we're still looking
200?
for that. It was a little lower, so what we're doing is we're taking this as a negative bearish for the dollar.
Thanks, Eddie.
So we had a nice little stop run there all the way up into 200. The stop starting getting popped right above 90 there. So beautiful run up into those 200s. How'd you manage the trade there, Dakota?
I'm still in it. I'm trailing it. I'm looking for a push and hold above 200 now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could definitely see a retest of that area now that we got those stops out of the way.
Yeah.
Andre, I know you love it. Bottom of the hour. Why don't we do a
My
little
man.
update on the market internals? I know you're
Let's do it.
jonesing for it. I could just see it in your eyes down
I know I have to be patient. I about every hour. Yes, I don't ask for it because I know when it's coming out. But so thank you for preempting that. What do we got, Rips?
Well, the NYSE volume is sitting at about 119 million shares traded so far today. That's 17% below its 1 month average. That is to be expected on a low news day like today, where the news is kind of rear loaded in the week. We have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for most of the big news that's going to be coming out, CPI, PPI, and of course the FOMC meeting minutes tomorrow. The NASDAQ is trading at 1.59 billion shares so far. That's 3% below its 1 month average. Decliners are leading advancers in both the NYSE and the NASDAQ by about 1.25 to 1. The VIX is down 5% today because the market is screaming to the upside slightly, and it's at 21.54.
Right. Thank you.
What am I doing? So the initial balance in the initial balance in the NASDAQ is not excessively large. I would call it about average. So, it range extension won't be that difficult. The bigger the initial balance, the wider the initial balance, the more energy it takes for the market to extend significantly outside of it. So,
all right. Well, we got some cool stuff coming out here. About 15, 18 minutes or so. But before we do get there, hello. We got my man JD ready with some P&Ls and payouts. JD, good morning. Happy Tuesday.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you. All right, let's take a look at yesterday's best live funded P&Ls.
Do it.
I'm flat.
Order submitted.
I used Jordan, Hung Cheng, and
Order
Wada.
submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
4,600 for Ayush, 4,600 for Jordan, 4,100 for Hung Cheng, and just about 2,700 for Wada. Giovanna was trading the ES and the NQ. Giovanna took 1,417 out of the NASDAQ and $189 out of the S&P for a total of $1,606 in profits yesterday.
Bad.
All right, I'm going to change up an overlay while you guys come up with an over-under for payouts yesterday.
For yesterday's? Dakota's getting better at this game. Dakota, total payouts yesterday. I think we saw 1 point something yesterday. What's the total payouts, Dakota, from yesterday?
It's probably 900.
I'm going to go with 938, 276.
276 for good measure. Thank you, Rips. Love the precision.
It's 275,
Yeah, you lose. 275, but 276, you win.
Exactly right.
Excellent. We will just 900. We're casually throwing around the $900,000 number.
Right.
Impressive.
Right. Well, you ready?
It's 900 grand among friends.
Yeah. JD, we're ready. We're ready, JD. What do we got?
Well, I think it was another new record yesterday.
Come on.
I'm changing my vote.
Oh, really?
I'm going to say 1.436 million. Oh,
whoa. That's Rips.
1.4 million. 667 payouts.
Oh, wow.
Average payouts.
Nailed it.
Over $1,000.
Oh, it's Monday. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. Last.
That's over the week. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Monday. Oops.
Yeah. Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So last
thinking
Wednesday.
Tuesday for some reason. I mean, there's less payouts on Tuesday. Mondays seem to be a.
So tomorrow will be last. Yeah.
Order filled.
Okay.
Last Thursday.
We are blasting to the top side here, by the way. Dakota, tell me you're still in this trade, buddy.
I'm flat.
House account.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's gone flat.
Got it.
Yeah, we're flat.
NASDAQ 66% long here.
Yeah, we missed that entry. It just went too quick.
Broke out.
2185 average.
It happens. Better than a mistrade rather than buttoning it up late.
Get on the horse.
Everyone's flat?
Everyone's flat, JD. Hit us.
All right, let's continue.
The rally sweater wins today.
I threw mine on, too. It's a little chilly in the office here. All right, here are yesterday's best XFA P&Ls. Guys, this guy Taylor at the top, I don't even know what to say about him. I'm hoping Jack brings him up in the shoulder tap later.
What's going on with this guy?
All right, so this guy made...
There's a lot going on. We'll get to that.
Whoa, really? Okay, interesting.
So Taylor made $26,000 trading the micro Nasdaq yesterday. Okay.
All
So
right. Okay.
naturally, when I see a big number like that trading micros, I immediately go and check out their trade report. Now, I want you guys to give me your best guess on how many contracts, how many total contracts do you think Taylor traded yesterday to make $26,000?
38,000.
Micro Nasdaq.
Gotta be thousands and thousands, right? And it's got
Yeah, it's got to be a lot.
Watch it be a low number.
There wasn't a single move unless he shorted
50.
it max.
Yeah, watch
I
it be
don't
like a
know.
super low number.
Folks says 50. Are you ready for this? You ready for this?
Yeah. What is it?
30,320
Yes,
total
get the
contracts.
heck out of here.
Love it.
Almost $12,000 in commissions and fees.
Yes. Hey,
We're gonna take a close,
Real close look at this guy
that.
later. Yeah.
Boy,
Yeah,
I
we gotta
wonder if his fingers are a little tired from clicking those buttons.
all calloused and stuff. The fingers are all just.
Jeez.
You know what they
Incredible.
say, though. Happy wife, happy life.
Unless
Oh,
it's like an algorithm just flowing
Going
through, taking
bananas.
advantage
Yeah.
of stim fills.
You said the
Jack.
quiet part loud there, Dakota, but we'll look at it.
It's being searched. It's being looked up right now, but I did not get any orders to not display this name we're talking about. So
I love
there you
these.
have it.
I love these types.
All right, we got Ryan next, trading the NQ for $23,633. Trent was trading the Euro and the ES. He lost $9 trading the Euro and made $20,033 trading the ES for a total of $20,024 in profits. Nicholas, NQ trader, $18,142. And Jahed, mixing it up a little, $18,142 from the NASDAQ, $27 from crude oil, $700 from the Dow, lost $595 trading the ES, made $15,000. No, that's not right. $5,310 trading the NQ and lost $722 trading gold. Total profit of $14,720. That doesn't add up though, does it? I'll check it out later. But good mix of products for Jihad there. All right, there's your XFA P&Ls. You want to see your top payouts from yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
30,000 contracts. Amazing.
This
Yes.
is I think this is about 8% of total payouts yesterday, these 5 traders.
Let's get it.
John G pulled almost 30 grand out of 5 XFAs.
Oh, there we go.
Yasaman, also 5 XFAs, 23,500. Ralph pulled some dough out of a single XFA, $22,742. Ahmed, 21,250 out of 5 XFAs, and Derek, 18 grand even out of a single XFA. Top payouts from Monday. Good chunk of that $1.4 million paid out yesterday.
Is it 8% right there? Yeah, it is. Big money. Big money. Congratulations. Good job. Good trading, guys.
Nice trading, everyone. Yep. Except for Taylor, we got our eye on you today, Taylor. We're taking a
What?
look at
Jack is crying foul. Jack is saying something's amiss.
Something is amiss.
I want him as a client. Like you give
Yes.
brokers and, man.
Really?
38,000 micros. Boy, that's a nice number.
Yeah, over $11,000 in commissions in a day.
It's like
Totally
a
normal.
year.
Totally normal, above the board behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a year's worth of contracts.
People are saying algos. No, that doesn't explain it either.
We're taking a look. We got our eye on you, Taylor. But anyways, the real person we have an eye on, we're gonna see when those payout or those when hot streaks come out. See if you know who is still number one. Last trade 20,206 in the NQ. Staying strong. High of the day 20,217, about 12 points off the highs right now. Saw a bit of a pullback in the ES. I was right back up. Last trade 57.80. High of the day 82s. But keep my eye on gold. Gold continues to sell off here.
Peter
$6.
Tuchman was on to something. I told you,
Tuchman,
Andre. I listened to him, and he said he mentioned a rally today, and
Did.
you know he might know what he's talking about.
He really might, Dakota. It's almost like he's been doing this for a minute. Yeah. Mr. Tuchman.
And I'm wearing the rally sweater, so it had to happen.
He doesn't talk about market direction very often on the short term, and that was the first time I've heard him say something about like a possibility of where we could go the very next day. So I paid attention, and yeah, maybe I should have taken more advantage of it.
You are right. He does not talk market direction often. When he does, he knows something. There's talking to someone. You know, he's also talking to the top technician, Dan Ives. You should go check out Tuchman's webinar with Wall Street Global Trading Academy next week. I believe it's October 16th.
NASDAQ really kind of centering price right around the IB high right now. It's just kind of trading above and below it. IB high is 20,003, 202, right around that 200 level you guys we're talking about.
Yeah, this is definitely an area where we could see another breakout. Above 213 brings us all the way up to 257. And just given how resilient the market has been and seeing how these bid stacks are super strong, I could definitely see that happening here. Just because we're already up so much doesn't mean we can't go up even more.
Target
so just keep that
submitted.
in the back of your mind.
Yeah, I could see 260, 250, 260. That's
Or,
still my
order
target
submitted.
area.
Target filled.
Speaking of, hello, there's 240s on the docket.
Order submitted.
Thank you, guys.
And there's for all the naysayers that said, hey, it can't go any higher here. There's 257 on the
late spike at
man.
254 here.
We might blow through
I
this.
think the market makers are watching us.
Man.
That's my target, and the next thing
As we were talking about
no
it.
More.
Wow.
Wow.
Spoos just
Stop listening
popped.
to me.
Man.
254 is the late spike put in the high yesterday.
Okay.
Or 2 days ago.
Quite the spike there, eh, John?
Yes. That is a spike now. Not a late spike. This is a very interesting area up here, guys.
Why? What's up, Hope?
320s is going to be my next level if we could blow through these 60s.
This is Friday's high, and it was put in from a late spike high from the 30th, which was last Monday. Now we were unable to hold above that. We broke the next Tuesday. We traded back to it. Friday couldn't hold above it. For Monday night couldn't hold above it. Dropped again on yesterday. And then now we're right back up to that level where the Tuesday break really that's where it started. It was really at the base of that late spike, which was from the previous session. I know it sounds like voodoo talking about light spikes and afternoon pullback highs and lows, but very often it can provide decent opportunities. Like yesterday, the initial late spike base from Friday put in the high yesterday. Then on Monday, the late spike base put in the high from the Monday before that. Price
Jake
remembers levels.
Yes, it does.
Quoting Coach Jay there.
Coach Jay, that price meant something to somebody. That is a Coach Jay-ism right there. Shout out Coach Jay. Shout out Coach Jay jumping on with grace during Power Players yesterday. Making a cameo, if you will. Make sure to check out Coach Jay at the buzzer. 3:15 Central. Here on Topstep TV. All right, folks. Well, it's about that time. You're ready. I'm ready. I know why people are tuning in because we are doing great stuff here. If we are ready.
Yeah, we just had that one pullback opportunity and nothing else.
That was it. Those 60s were golden.
I know, Hogue. I got in a little bit late and I closed it out early.
Hey, you got in.
Yeah, we got a piece. We got a piece of it.
A little slice.
All right, guys, real quick. We got 15 minutes to the top of the hour. I want to do it right here, right now. Throw it to my main man, Eddie. Eddie.
All right.
What's up,
yes,
Eddie?
Talking about that VIP. Yes, we're going to post it again, so get ready. You're just new here wondering what the hell's going on. VIP, we're expanding. We're giving Coach Hoop draft picks. 50 traders are going to be picked. Remember, we're going to be posting this forum a few times a day randomly. So the more that you fill one out, remember, only fill one out one
Order
time
filled.
only. You're going to get put in that pool for a draft that we're going to have next Monday. Here's the deal. 3
Target filled.
month 100K trading combines. You're going to get 2 free resets each month. There's no activation feed. Okay. And of course, there's going to be that private Discord channel in that chat room in Discord with your coach and your team. So we're giving away VIP to bell to beller. So if you're here, longer you're here, the better chances you have of getting in this VIP. So there it is. We pinned it up top. Fill it out just once. That's all you need to do. Fill it out, username, Discord name, and then go from there. Andre, back to you.
Thank you. Let's get right back into it. Dakota, you take a long?
I want to get in long, but I mean, the only pullback was 150. I could see us getting to 320s now.
Yeah, this is getting extra juicy up here. We rejected off that 257 level once more, so I do like continuation potentially up to 307 here, which is 30 handles away.
331 last week's high.
Yeah, 303 quarters would be my next target.
Yeah. We've definitely left the initial balance behind. It's all longs from here.
It is.
Oh, my.
Hang in there, Dakota. You're doing great. Let's do it forever. Just pulling teeth, man. Pulling teeth around here.
I love the Dakota noises.
That's not more like
I know
bear.
they mean.
Love you.
I know. I know those. Yeah, I know those sounds mean. I read it right. I was in. Shook us out.
Dang it.
Yep.
Oh, that trade last week killed me.
89s. Right back here, Hog, if you want to sell them.
Unbelievable.
You never have enough on. That is a fact.
Never.
Where's the runner?
Wait, we got a runner. We got Rips possible target upside target 303, 20,303 last trade.
303 quarters.
303 quarter. Thank you.
Very precise.
Gotta have the quarter in there, otherwise it won't work.
Always. Every tick counts. 20,258 last trade.
That's from the bear, isn't it, Andre? Every second counts.
Second does count, yes. Oh, I couldn't finish season 3 of the bear, but we can talk about that later.
You couldn't.
Season 2's couldn't. I haven't. I should say I haven't finished.
Oh.
I think I'm seeing a 100 lot here upside in Nasdaq. I got a 100 lot here at 63.50, 63 half 100 lot upside Nasdaq. Appear to be. Yeah, still there.
You call that offer stacking, huh?
Yeah. If it's real, it's very skeptical these days if they're real or not. Now 63 even. Oh, it's moving around. Never mind. It was fun while it lasted. See if we more push here.
So Ruben says there was a sell iceberg order. It's 57.95 on Friday in the ES, and that's the high so far. Well, let me take a look.
Okay.
No iceberg
here,
there. No iceberg there today. Just the dead ass high.
Big iceberg yesterday was. Who cares? It was yesterday.
57.85 yesterday.
That's what it was. 85s and 84s. That's right here.
Yep.
77% long in gold. Probably trying some bottom picking here. Last trade 26.42. That's 77% long for average price of 46. A little bit of heat.
Lost trader.
Then we got about What loss trader say?
I have it. I now have one. I'm not active.
What is it? What happened, Dakota?
Oh, do it, Dakota. No.
Dakota, what happened?
I have it there.
Why do you sound ashamed?
But I'm not going to be very active right now on it.
Yet.
I mean, I have better things to do with my time. But yeah, feel free to follow or whatever.
Or whatever. You know what the deal is.
Oh, no.
You know how.
Is it like? It's like and subscribe, right?
Or
no, that's
something
YouTube.
Like that. Yeah.
No, that's
YouTube. Me,
you
man.
like
That's
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
Like
Hey, if you're gonna give,
bro.
if you're gonna give Dakota a follow on Twitter, make sure to give.
I'm
Topstep
not
TV
meant to be
follow.
a influencer, guys.
Nor am I.
Oh yeah. Love it.
I'm
Make
on
sure
it, but I
everyone
don't
follow
do
Dakota.
anything.
Make sure to tag them and stuff. Make sure just to light them up.
Light them up, baby.
I don't get I turn my notifications off. So if you're expecting me to reply, good luck.
Oh, there's a 100 lot here. We got that 100 lot and 100 lot filled, and the 100 lot came down. 100 lot filled in the.
I'm taking along
Nadex
here.
there.
By the way, I want to see this
Let's
holding
go.
through these 50s. I'm taking along with a stop at 28.
All right, cool. What price you get?
We got filled at 46.
46.
Dakota,
great.
you like this?
I do like this.
Boom. That's a double banger right there.
All right, we got
It's a double banger.
All right, we're in.
Right.
253
All right,
quarter.
what price? 53 quarter.
Where's the risk
I
on
want to
this,
see this
Rips?
thing go above 57 and blow right through that order at 57 that I'm watching right here. If we can get above that level of 57 with some strength, this thing will scream to the moon side.
I like it.
Where's the risk?
Where is it?
I'm down at 28 for my risk.
28. That's right where I'm at.
All right, cool. How many times, Hogue? We get 5?
3. Just a 3 lot.
Send it. Show me the moon.
Let's go.
We just have to get through 57.
Just push.
Just have to get through 57.
That's it. We get through 57 and then we're gone. That's
Definitely
it.
like
It's just a
real
little
threes.
stack there at 57. We are gone.
I like the level. We're a little late to the party.
And 7 minutes left for the form pinned to the top of the chat for VIP draft submission. Draft takes place next week. Names this week. Again, we got 6 minutes left till that form does indeed come down. There will be more throughout the day.
$54.5 is that late spike base from yesterday. Want to see it hold above that.
Oh, can you go to the one chart, full screen or chart, please? Thank you. Just push here. Look at it tilt. Got nothing. We got gold 76% along ES and Q about 50-50.
About 50-50, you say?
50-50 on the tilt, correct. And again, we got Bostic in about an hour and 45 minutes. Nothing in
like
the
this
near
is an ad
future.
here.
Ooh,
Ad, you said.
I like where your head's at. I like any ads above 28. Might actually move my stop to 20 looking for the same thing if we can actually add to this. Bring the average down a little bit. That'd be nice.
Did not do anything, but still holding the 3 lot.
I like that. Yeah, 3 lots is a nice size for this. I think that we could add for a retest of 50.
Here?
Yeah, here like 33, if we can get back down to 33.
Yeah, that's the area I'm looking at.
Yeah, we just have to
35.
clear up and over into these 50s once more. There we go. Getting back up. I think that we could probably add here. Looks like we have that 57 test coming. So 50s are being defended here by some overhead supply. They just got rocked there. Those buyers, we had about 120 lots print into those 50s, but they're still trying to push. We have to get through this iceberg order. There's a stack going into 50s. So that's the area that we're just watching the breakout here.
Tug of war right now. Tug of war.
Oh, yeah. Big old tug of war.
Yeah. Push.
This would be an area where I'd look for an ad.
This is where our stop is,
right here. Yeah, this is where I'd be looking for an ad. Right here.
All right, we can add.
Added 2 more. We're long 5.
Beautiful. Love that.
I've got the stop that got the order that shall not be spoken down at 217.5 right now.
I love it. Yeah, I'm going to move my stop to 20 evens, actually.
All right. That's gone long 5 from what price, Hogue? Average price?
245.
245.
Back to 20 even with the stop that shall not be named.
Well, you just said stop. You just
I know. Sorry.
That's all good. I'm just messing. Stay locked in. Stay locked in. My bad.
Lock it in, baby.
Got to. Come on.
So we did add at that area we were both kind of looking at down there, the low 30s. Stop is the
still seeing that bid stack. We have to withstand if there's going to be a little flush here. We just have to withstand that. Right now, we are seeing that same type of bid support showing up that's below 40s here. Definitely seeing some sellers on the tape, and we just need to see that buying conducive through 45 and then 50. So if we don't get that, then we're out of the trade, and we can try a little refresh for a second follow-up trade here.
Back to our second entry here.
Still taking the liquidity that's being offered to us, which is a good sign. So let's see if we can get that 47 breakout here that would lead us up into the promised land. We are seeing an offer stack showing up, but still haven't tickled back into that iceberg that's rested at 50s here.
Well, let's go tickle it.
That's what I'm saying. Let's see what the feel is up there.
I want to hear it giggle.
I love that. Let's see if 47s will trade out here. There's definitely some offers that want to be traded out at 47. They just pulled them, which is interesting. See if they start throwing those into the bid at all.
Hey, Riff, what's your position again? Just the board?
We are at 32 average here. 32 average.
32. Thank you.
Okay, there's those 50s. Let's see if we can get through this iceberg and break out. This leads us right into that 57 level. Watching here. Okay, 53 is starting to trade. There's some offer side liquidity coming in. I might actually trim a little slice off here, given how difficult this is to get through 53 here. Let's see.
We took one off. We're on 4 now.
Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. I love that. Futures Frank says, Rip's voice is annoying, LOL. That's not what your mom said last night.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, man. Wow. Let's get these 303s, Rips. What do you say? Let's get those 303s.
Let's tickle those 50s.
Let's see if we can get back up to that 53 level here.
I joined. I'm long with you guys from 38.
Party, baby.
I love that.
You guys, how do you guys both?
I'm only teasing. Good golly, it's a mom joke. Let's all be
6,000 people watching. If you guys are loving that, click like,
here.
click subscribe. 6,000 people watching, man.
All right, here we come up to these 53s again.
Late spike base. We gotta go. It's tickling it.
Yeah, I might actually peel again up here. Let's see. We are kind of running into a little bit of traffic.
So you guys have better trade location than we do.
Yeah, I peeled off a little bit there, and I'm going to peel off. We're running these 57s again, peeling off one more there, and I'm going to put my stop back at break even.
Is there an opportunity to move our order that shall not be spoken to trim a little bit of the risk on this anywhere that you're seeing?
Yeah, I mean that 57 area was definitely the area I'm watching, and I peeled off 90%. I'm down to one contract here on the final piece of the trade.
Add.
I won't. Dakota added. Dakota, do you see a level we can trim risk on this?
35. 28. What's it at now?
20. 220.
Yeah.
And looking stopped out right there. So stopped out on the remainder. So that's going to put us at 53 or sorry, 4,300 on the day.
Yeah. I mean, what's the entry at, Hogue?
We are in at 34.
Okay, let's just get out. Let's just get out at the ask. We could close a majority of the position out.
I'm sorry, 43. 43 is where.
Okay.
Just get out?
Yeah, let's just get out, Hogue.
If anybody caught something similar to that trade, go ahead and drop a W in the chat. I'd like to get a temperature on the chat here, see how everybody's doing.
We got one on now.
Beautiful.
Okay, great.
With no risk.
That's kind of trades, Hogue.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm leaving the run.
Well,
wow, look at that. A lot of W's in chat there.
Love seeing that. Well, we got this one lot runner on. It is the top of the hour, Hogue. Perhaps a failed upside auction. There's nothing indicating that we have a failed upside auction.
No failed upside auction.
All right, very good. Well, this is the moment I've been waiting for. Got JD let me know that hot streaks are ready. JD.
As long as we stay above the IB high, it's all longs from this point forward.
Sweet. Everyone's flat. Dakota, you're flat. Rips is flat.
I'm flat.
Okay. House account's got a one lot runner on.
Yep.
With the break even. All right, let's bring in JD. It's about that time. Give me the good news. Tell me that you know who is still alive on the top of the hot streak list.
Yeah, I know. This is your new favorite time of day.
So funny.
Andre. And I'm so happy we don't get to disappoint you one more day.
Thank you so much.
Here we go.
There it is, folks. 65.
65 days. What in the world?
Back to back double dollar days for Delesh. Made $2 again yesterday. He's only got 35 days to go now until he hits 100. We're expecting nothing less than 100 days from Delesh.
Come on,
Delesh,
man. You can do
this.
Listening.
If you don't get to 100, we should erase.
It's like it never happened.
Erase all the programming before that. Yeah.
We're pulling for you, Delesh. Come on, the countdown to 100 consecutive days, man. Absolutely incredible.
Yes. That's what we should. I'm going to start the 100-day countdown going forward.
We should.
All right. We got Daniel. Daniel spent a few days away from the markets. Came back with a nice $160 winner yesterday. Extended his hot streak to 27 days, worth $4,965. Mina made another $202. Mina's one of those traders that makes exactly $202 every day. Yeah, we've had a few of those on this list in the past, but now at 25 days, worth right around $6,400. Arjo pulled $200 out of the micro Nasdaq, now a 24-day heater, and Diego also took a long weekend. He's been out for a couple days, but he's back in the S&P market yesterday. Good enough for $300 and 5th place on the Funded Hot Streaks leaderboard. 23 days worth $7,020. There are your hot streaks.
Money.
I'll be back in a little bit with the leaderboard. Catch you in a few.
65 days. A countdown.
65 days.
If we can,
JD, what do they say about $2 in Cicero?
$2 is $2. Couple of clams.
$2.
We got to get the Lesh on live for the 100th day.
We really do. We have to check.
Should we start counting back? Should we start counting back down from 35? Is that?
I think we should count down to 100. But we're really putting so much pressure on Delesh. But I feel like Delesh doesn't feel pressure. I think he has ice in his veins. He doesn't.
I check his trade report every day now. He hasn't had a close call in a couple weeks.
Ice water in his veins with $2 in the line. Ice water.
$2.
Ice water. Yeah. Like making 2 free throws with no time to clock. You gotta sink your free throws, and Delesh. Nothing but net with Delesh. Nothing but net. We're pulling for you, Delesh. I think somewhere in November we can get to day 100. Somewhere in November. Stay tuned here on Topstep TV. All right.
Oh God, just flatten that.
Yeah, you don't like it no more,
Or
huh?
we could trail it. What's the stop loss at, or that order?
$35 profit.
I'd just leave that. Just let it cook.
What's
it?
Might as well. I mean, $35 is $35, right? How are we doing in the live account?
What's the price
Down.
of that one order?
But we made money on that trade, no doubt about it, right?
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
234
yeah.
is the level of the order that shall not be named.
Got it.
Okay, 34.
Yeah, we're long the one lot of 232 and a quarter, $35.
We are seeing a little bit of a London Bridges pattern here from Apple. So I don't know if we can trust this price action to hold. The idea was a trade back up to 257. We did get that trade. So, that's why I'm out. When we have a trade idea like this and it serves its purpose, I don't really mind if it goes much higher. I like where your stop is at, Hogue, because you're trailing it into the profit. I just think you just are beholden to whatever the market wants to do from here.
It's the truth. Okay, Hogue. Well, we're managing a one lot. We got a one lot runner on. We're good. We got the risk managed with stop.
There's no risk.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm of the frame of mind that we've left the initial balance. The idea is to go long above the initial balance, and we're long well above the initial balance. We don't have great trade location, but if the market is going to continue to try and push higher, there's probably a reason that Dakota is not liking this anymore, because he probably saw a 3-bar reversal on the 5-minute chart here, perhaps.
Yeah, that was
What do you
it,
think?
Hogue. And I could see this getting to 320.
Okay.
And look where our target is, 321.
Let's let it run. I love it.
Well,
how do I
we got
know?
Dakota and Rips.
How do I know?
All liking those 300s. All right. Well, that's being said, I'm going to throw it to Eddie. Eddie, we got some announcements. We got more announcements. We did the VIP thing already. We got more of those to come, but we got more announcements. Eddie, talk to me, my man.
Yes, sir. Hey, I want to ask everybody out there that is listening and watching, would you like to trade live on TV with us? Well, we're going to be signing up here. We got a sign up form. If you'd like to be on air, Topstep TV crew, we got two opportunities. Not only one, we got two. We got the trade with Topstep. That's a trade with your favorite coach and get feedback on your Topstep X performance stats. Also, we do have Pass with the Pros. If you're close to passing,
Order submitted. Order submitted.
You can do it on air live with the support of our crew. I'm going to put the first link out there. This is Trade with Topstep Live. All right, there is the link right now. And then I'm going to drop also Pass with the Pros. So if your trading combine is close to passing, you are a good candidate to join us. Also, check this out. Brett Steenbarger. Yes, Dr. Steenbarger. Going to be with us again on Topstep TV. Brett is making his return, and that's going to be the 15th of October at 11 o'clock, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Time, and he will be doing his special trading mindset, Ask Me Anything. We got Anne-Marie and Hogue going to be joining the doctor. So let's keep that open. And I tell you, last few times he was here, so many of us walked away with a better mindset, better process, and a lot better at following our rules. So got that. And I do believe, yes, one last thing I've got here for you. Don't forget about our Topstep TV nighttime programming. All right, we've got. I tell you, we're getting to the point where we're going to be booking 24/7. Hopefully down the road, but we're looking for those that would like to participate and check out Slow Market. You know, we got a Slow Market at 7:30. 7:30 with Coach Dakota. Yes, that same guy here with us right now. That's Sunday through Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And then right after we're done here with Top Step TV, we have At the Buzzer with Coach Jay we have At the Buzzer with Coach Jay.
The order that shall not be spoken has been hit. We are currently flat.
Nice trade there,
short
Hogue. That was
now?
beautiful.
There we
I don't like
go.
a short either. I'm gonna say it right now. I don't like a short either. I want to wait for us to get somewhere out of this range first. I want to see
Order
213s trade first before we get into a short. I need to see 213s trade. I need
Okay.
to see weakness below 213s in a retest, even though
Stop
we are
fill.
kind of rolling over here. There's a lot of bid stacks showing up. I just don't trust a short here.
How about a long
Yeah, one guy
IBI?
was okay in the chat.
2000 or 202, right around 200.
We need to see the price either interact with 213s or 257s again. We're in the bone with 213s or 257s again. We're in the bone zone right now where I'm not willing to take a trade.
What is zone to
What
be?
is Brett Steenberger
I
on?
like that.
Sorry. Can you remind me on that, Hogue?
I'm sorry? Brett Steenbarger?
Brett Steenbarger.
Oh yeah.
The 15th. He's going to
Okay,
be on.
Thank you.
Yeah, you betcha.
I'm
There
just
it is.
replying to someone.
Hey, nice. Quick with the draw. All right,
Back
Rip's
to the
looking for
bone zone.
213s. Yeah.
Hey, Rip, let's
There you
open
go.
up a rib place. Rips,
Yeah,
ribs.
call it the bone zone.
Call it the bone
That's-
zone. Rips, ribs.
Okay.
That'll be the special.
Oh goodness. Yeah, you know, this type of price action after we were leaving a zone like that, there's a very good chance that we can intercept a lot of bids on the way back down. We are seeing a big cluster of bids showing up right now from 30s all the way down to 20s. So I just want to see us slice through those things, get back to a nice area like 213 quarters before we start taking a trade, because this thing can bounce right back up to 240s, 250s very quickly. And I don't want to be caught in a short with that right now.
I feel you. Anything above the IB high is probably looking for opportunities for a potential long.
What's that price?
That's right.
IB high.
Well, 20,202.
202s. Hey, the famous 202, 200 level.
Yes.
202. Sounds good, Jack. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, we have interrupt for any trade because we have a lightning quick Series 3 today.
Quick hitter.
Yes.
Andre,
Okay.
if you're gonna pass it, you better know this one.
Oh, great.
Oh, man.
I know, Hogue. I hate when he says that.
I'm scheduled for the 18th. Go take mine. I think Jay's.
Hey,
he might be
me
taking
too.
his today.
Wow.
I'm on the 18th too.
End of October, early November. All right, here we go. Quick hitter.
I'm in
Let's get
December.
that
I
poll
got
up.
mine finally scheduled as well.
Yeah, you do, Rips. Yeah, you do.
I'm not
Ready
kidding.
to
I'm in
hang.
December.
Okay,
What? I'm
Okay,
dead
all good.
serious.
All good. I know if you're pulling my leg.
Come
around. Okay, go
on.
ahead, Jack.
I'm going to ace this thing.
All right,
Let's get this one right.
let's see what we got for the question. Which of the following is allowed to hold customer funds? A CPO, that's a commodity pool operator, a CTA, commodity trading advisor, AP, an associated person, or an FCM, futures commission merchant. Which of these is allowed to
D.
hold customer funds?
You got to know this one.
Yeah.
Well, you should have let him see if he knows it, Hogue.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I did know this one. I did know this one. This one I actually did. know.
the answer. It's D.
It has to be.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
sounds right.
Coach D.
Hey.
Coach Dakota. It's D.
It has to
This
be.
is a
If not, I'm
repeat.
screwed.
And that is the answer.
A repeat because it's important, Dakota. Let's see what the answer
And
is.
it's important
Better be
for
D.
that reason.
Some
Order
trouble.
It is
submitted.
important.
Thank
No
God.
way, it's D,
I have a
huh?
chance. have a
It
chance.
is
Huh,
D.
how about that?
Only FCMs, and they need net capital of $1 million to become an FCM. Only they can hold customer funds.
Thank goodness. Okay, good. That was a quick one.
Well, now
All
they
right, I
bring
have a
you in.
chance. I have a chance.
You'll get one
All
right.
right,
Good job, gents.
Good job. Thank you, Jack.
Thanks, Jack.
So we're gonna pass ours on the same time, right, Jack? On the 18th.
Presumably, I guess it depends on what time we finish.
When is
You taking
yours
yours
booked
in-
for?
Are you doing Grand Junction, Dakota?
No, I there's one right here near Salt Lake in Orem.
Okay.
Taking it in Chicago.
Well, the S&Ps have traded back to the IB high. This can be a support level down here, 82.75. If it doesn't hold,
82. Oh,
then we become patient and range bound.
So I like that we're waiting for 213s. If we do trade below 213s and find a healthy bid stack that keeps us buoyed above 200s, there's an opportunity for a long back to balance at 250. So that's what I'm watching for here. I'm not taking any trades until we have that price action served to us. So initial bounce there at 213s. I'm not sold on a long here yet. I need to see more interaction there.
All right. Locked and loaded. Good stuff today, gents.
Big old bounce.
You see where crude oil bounced?
11s.
Where? Initial balance?
No, 73.18 was a naked point of control. It was targeted, and we got a little bit of a bounce there.
Well, if anybody got that initial bounce on that flush of 213 there, you're sitting up about 13 handles. That's a nice little scalp back up to the top side there.
Yeah. S&P's, traded back inside the initial balance, rejected right away. It's still a long.
Yeah, I thought we'd get a better... I thought we'd get more time than that, but we may have just missed the trade. But that's fine.
Well, as the Rolling Stones said, time is on our side.
That's right.
That's a good feeling.
Reminds me of my
good feeling.
Favorite Abraham Lincoln quote: "Take the long from 213, you moron."
Yeah, Lincoln said that. That's why the Gettysburg Address and the Gettysburg Address.
That's how he opened it.
Yeah.
4 years ago, take the long at 13, you moron.
Wow.
Pretty good.
I thought the last thing he said was, "Mary, these are great tickets."
No. Oh no. Too soon, Eddie? Too soon?
I get no respect. I get no respect at all.
Order submitted.
Oh man, oh man.
I wonder if Lincoln talked like Rodney. 4 scores and 7 years ago.
The chat gets it. All right, take the 213. All good. All right, gents. So take a look at the tilt. Nothing really shows. 63% short. Here we go. 71% short in the NQ. Short from 220. 20,220. Squeezed here. 72% short now from 220s. Last trade, 226.
We are seeing Apple also holding at the VWAP here, 224.71. It's doing the London Bridges pattern, but it is actually holding up here. We aren't seeing a lot of equities diving down. We are seeing NVIDIA flirting with breaking the 9 EMA to the downside. We're seeing Microsoft potentially breaking down back into the VWAP here, but I'm not seeing big selling on the tape right now. It's just, it's orderly selling.
Order filled.
The 213s. Would you do it? Would you dip a toe in the water? Yeah, would you dip a toe in the water if we come back to them? Rips.
Well, I'd like to see a tuck back below and then a huge bid stack showing up, showing that there's people that are willing to pick up the pieces below 213. We're drifting so slowly, so there might be an opportunity there, but we'll see. Let the market tell us.
Well, I got all but one of my bids filled in NVIDIA on that last break to the downside. All but one.
Nice.
That make you happy.
I am with their Hogue. I had a lot of my put options allow me to get in, and a couple of them expired worthless, which is great. That's what you do, right? Don't you love when things work out like that?
Love it when a plan comes together.
Yes.
That's right. 228s. It was going to take a little bit more energy to push higher here again.
Yeah, I think we missed that trade at the 213s. It's okay. It's a fine missed opportunity there.
It's not going to kill us
for a second.
Yeah, I mean, we kissed those 213s and went straight back up. So it's a missed trade. That's one of the trades where you could leave a resting order, but you could also leave a resting order and get booty blasted through the way down. You know, if it breaks through those 213s and it just keeps dropping.
Booty Blasted.
What?
It's a technical term, Eddie. Technical term. It's actually, I think it's going to be on the Series
my
3
head.
test.
That would be
The
incredible.
booty blast.
All right.
B for
Oh,
booty.
boy.
Let's maybe not put that one on the vocabulary.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
Chat's loving it. Chat's loving it.
Delta is positive 3,125 in the S&P is currently, and positive 1,900 in the Nasdaq. Positive, not real deep. Not real
And
deep.
keep an eye on crude. Crude's still teetering lower a little bit. Below the day, $73.11. Last trade, $73.25.
I'm curious if anybody in chat caught those 213s. I know I didn't. I don't think anybody here on stage did, but I don't know.
Did
anybody catch that trade off the 213s?
We talked about it, and then we didn't do it.
I mean, that was a sick trade if you got it. You're up 33 points right now, or 23 points. Nice.
Well, we talked about it. We just didn't act.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. It happens to the best of us. Up 30 points now.
It does happen.
Woo.
It does happen.
We have returned to the point of control. The daily point of control is sitting here at 240 evens. It did get pushed up from where it was prior to that, back down at 185. So a lot of trading going on up here between 240 and 260. This is a comfortable area for the market to either reject or find that continuation for a breakout of 257s. So just using market profile and the information the market's giving us, it's a shame we missed that trade off of 213s, but I certainly wasn't prepared to make that fast of a trade. I thought we'd get a little bit more of a slowdown at that area, but instead it was a harsh rejection, which I guess you could say that it gave you more of an impetus to send it in long there.
All right. I got 2 minutes here, and I will be right back. We're not at risk of taking any trades in the next 2 minutes, are we?
Coffee break, Hogue. Coffee break. Go get some coffee. Go get some Joe.
I mean, yeah, we're good. We're good. I mean,
Be
it
right
got
back.
right up to, what, 260, 270, and that was the high of October 6th and October 4th and 6th. And sure enough, it became resistance. So
we moved today. Again, we got Bostic speaking about an hour, 20 minutes. Got the 3-year note auction. 15 minutes.
I think that's going to be the biggest piece of news today, Andre, is going to be that 3-year note auction. I think that's going to be the most movement that we'll see from an event-driven price action movement in the market today will be coming from that 3-year note auction. Keep in mind now, we are rejecting just slightly below that point of control. But yeah, I do believe that 3-year note auction will give us the most liquidity entering or exiting the market at that time, but probably will be locked up by that time. Kind of losing. Yeah. Wow, there's a huge flush there. Holy smokes. See if we have any information here. Nothing coming across the wire so far.
Take a look. Take a look.
Thank you, Eddie. Keep an eye on gold and crude. Chilling down by the lows still. Gold about $1 off the lows, 26.29. Hogue's had his eye on the 26.50 level. Crude, about 10 cents off the lows. Last trade, 73.23. So a big sell order came in there in the NASDAQ. What a 20, 25 point sell off there. Last trade, 20,222. 57.85 last trade in the ES. Nothing showing on the tilt.
Yeah,
you see 72%
share on London close.
Oh, thank you, Eddie. Or maybe we wait for that and then perhaps take another trade. We just see 72% short NASDAQ from right about these prices. Still probably taking a little heat, but not as much. Let me take a quick peek at the 10-year yield, because I know there's been some eyes on that as we've been above 4%. The market gets jittery. Equities, that is, gets jittery. A little nervous, skittish, if you will, when we're above 4%. Last yield print 4.03% on the 10-year. Yes, Gabe, please do. Gabe is ready. Come on in. I think I know what you want to talk about.
All right.
What's up, Gabe?
Yeah, what's going on, everybody?
What's happening,
right.
Gabe?
What's happening? You know, my heart is heavy today, but at the same time, I'm happy to be here with y'all. We realize there's a lot happening in the world between global conflict, natural disasters, and much more. While we understand this may not connect with everybody geographically, nor do we really believe in comparing tragedy, we do want to shine some light on the recent devastation.
Connection lost.